Rupert is out watching Justin Rose, still bogey-free for the event, Rupert.
Well, let's hope Ray supporters, he might come up with a birdie downhill, breaking from. Ball backs away, the wind. Sophie's here with me. She's not putting it out yet. This is a lovely little corner, but you can just feel the breeze gusting, and he's into with the breeze.
Yeah, we're talking about 8-man corner for Augusta. This is terrible true at 9 through 12. He's got 25 feet right to left, back into the wind, claw grip. The ball is on its way, he stays in posture, pops up hit by the wind, and it almost feels like it comes back to him. These balls are being affected on the ground as well as in the air.
Well, what gracious, for the moment he started playing yesterday, he's got the pace of these greens right. So, great, well, a par for Rose. Let's see how an old Englishman's getting on.
Thank you, Rupert. It's the par putt for Dan Brown on the 16th. Oh no! I'm not quite sure what happened. We were all just waiting for that little white ball to disappear below the ground. He has been so good from that distance, but it was not obedient on that occasion.
No, he went through his normal routine where he just puts the ball down, the putter down behind the ball. He doesn't have a practice stroke. That one didn't disappear, like you say, and he has marked it, so he's firm enough to go by. So still some work to do for Daniel here on the 17th.
The sun's come out. It's gorgeous. It's dark. The world is dark. Just a little bit down. Brown who's leaning on his putter, just looking down. Now looking up to see what one of his playing partners is doing. That playing partner, Don Berry, with a heart-in-mouth moment because the ball seemed to still think he's got a good opportunity on the 18th, which has been yielding birdies, and that's a little bit of a dagger blow because he has played so well before he looks to tidy up. Denwood, David, Larry Boone's son, 20 years of age from Thailand, started the day at +7. Hopefully have learnt a lot from his experience. He's been dropping shots throughout the course of the afternoon. Dan has dropped one. Encouraging that key one. As Paul said, he did mark it. Not going to take anything for granted. Everybody holding their breath. Sets himself up. Back goes the putter. And in goes the ball. So it is a bogey 4 for Dan Brown. He goes back to 5 under par, which means now, of course, he's 2 behind Islander Shane Lowry.
Heading to that 18th tee, Marcus, indeed, thank you so much. Andy and Allie, thank you so much. Both of them have gone out to the golf course, and oh, here comes the 18, Raby Burns, and my favorite man, the birthday boy who properly celebrated last night, Brendan DeYoung from the great country of Zimbabwe, have joined me here in the studio, and Sue will be along in just a moment as well. Shane Lowry is 2 clear now of Dan Brown. Let's check on what's happening at the 3rd green with Matt Adams.
Second shot here at the 143rd. With slightly more to right, went off the putting surface through a swale and a little bit on the backside of the mound coming off. And a join dune sends this one down to the cup, rolling from right to left.
What a great birdie by Terrell. That took a lot of imagination. That'll put him to +1 for the championship.
Rory McIlroy stepping in now for his par-saving effort here. And to remember, his second shot went long, he bumped up a wedge from there, and this from 11 feet for par. He's missed it.
So Rory McIlroy will go to 8 over par and 1 over on today's effort through 3.
Such a bummer, Rain, that he's 8 over now. He and Shane Lowry, everyone in Ireland loving the fact that he's in the lead, but bummed for the fact that the man from Northern Ireland, Rory McIlroy, has had such a tough go of it so far. All week, the wind changes. He says on the driver was taking his arm, and he seems to be trying to wing this driver today down number 4 anyway, Taylor. He's pulled the big stick out on every hole so far. He's done it again here at the 4th, Brendan.
Started down the middle, drifting on that right to left breeze, and then will miss left. It's a lengthy rough over there. Long will depend on that line.
And Matty Adams and our friend Harry Ewing are out there watching, and they'll give us an update on that here momentarily. I assure you that most of your emails will be read now that Sue will be back in this position in the box to read those. We've read as many as we can. Please keep them coming. radio@theopen.com. You can reach us on X, Instagram, or TikTok at The Open using the hashtag TheOpenRadio, and also on Facebook at The Open. You should listen to this 152nd Open, and we send it out to Rupert.
Justin Myers on the tee at 12, just going through runners. We're standing way down here, but you can hear the wind, Sophie, rattling. It's right into the wind here on 12.
He's dealt very well with that left to right wind, and now it's straight into his face. Dressed in navy blue, he settles into the golf shot. Needs to take this low. The course on the right is 265 yards. You wonder if he can even reach that as he takes one more pier down the alleyway on this long 12 par 4. He's ready to go. He's settling down, winding it up, taking it low down the left-hand side of the fairway. How about that?
Oh, he's just making it look so easy. Beautifully set up on the left-hand side. Perfect approach into the green. Rose on fire.
Well, we made our way halfway down the 18th fairway. We're waiting for Dan Brown to strike his last tee shot of the day. We've already seen a bit of a monster, actually, from David Boon's sub, he's tried more than 400 yards, hasn't he?
Yes, he had, as we saw yesterday with Bryson DeChambeau and Bob McIntyre, the two bunkers that are 20 yards short of the green. He's headed into that over 400 yards now, back on the tee. We're some 240 yards away. There are three bunkers down the left-hand side of this fairway, one to the right. Hopefully not waiting to gobble up Dan Brown's ball. Swings, hits, the ball is in the air, looking for the signal. He bends down to pick the tee peg up. We will look in the middle of the fairway, and that's where the ball is finished. What a terrific drive from Daniel Brown down this home hole. Back to Sue.
Hello, Lindsay. Hello, everybody again. Yes, back in the booth, been watching while I was having a little bit of lunch. Certain players really making a little bit of progress, and certain players falling by the wayside. My mind certainly, and my eye was drawn to the figures of Justin Thomas. What a fantastic round of golf, 68 yesterday, and going out in 45 today. My goodness, that does rather contextualise how tough it is out there. This afternoon, it's 6 minutes past 4. You're listening to the Open Radio Day 2 of the Open Championship. Brendan Dion and Rainey Burns in the studio. Hello, gents. What have your observations been over the last couple of hours?
That it's not getting any easier, Sue. I went and walked the first couple of holes with Rory. He had driver off the first hole. It's not a driver hole. It's blowing very hard, and it's not showing any signs of letting up anytime soon.
Rainey?
It's definitely very, very windy out there. Could play slightly more aggressive, but I think it was just that he didn't want too long of a second shot. The game plan obviously changed from yesterday.
Yes, I suppose it has to, really. Although that said, of course, all the time it feels like the cut mark is moving further and further out right now. At the minute, 5 under par, 5 over par, 5 under par will definitely get you here the weekend. 5 over will get you here as well. A cluster of players on a time for 62nd at the moment. It could yet move out even further. At the moment, Adam Scott just outside it is 6 over through 12 holes, 7 over today. I think that does really underline it. 7 over Matt Fitzpatrick as well. So certainly difficult conditions. Hideki Matsuyama with 75 and 72, 5 over par. He'll be definitely here. So will Davis Thompson, Phil Mickelson as well. So some of the big names battling through to the weekend. Ludwig Obai, well, he's still where he was, 4 over par through 4 holes today. Just a reminder, as we said goodbye to Taylor a little bit earlier on, the email radio@theopen.com is the email address to send in your emails to us at The Open on X, Instagram and TikTok. And a reminder, you can catch us on the local frequency 87.9 FM Talksport 2 in the UK as well. Sirius XM in North America, good morning to you. It's still morning there. And that, of course, on the new Sirius XM app as well, and the Open app and website too. I think I have done all of the various ways you can listen to us, and the on-course radios as well, of course. Greg Allen from RTE has come to join us in the studio. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. It's all very reminiscent of the way I felt at the halfway stage in 2019. I don't know why that could be the way.
I wonder why. Could it possibly be Shane Lowry? What an eventful morning he had. What did you make of the shenanigans on the 11th?
Shane got distracted by a photographer, and it's not really the photographer's fault. It was really a case of that these things happen. It's part of the actual fabric of a golf tournament that there are people inside the ropes doing their job, and things like this happen, and how the player deals with it is another thing. So obviously in the moment you're distracted, and then things don't go well, and you might lash out. But Shane said in his press conference that, look, he should have stood away from it when he saw the photographer. The photographer moved at just the wrong moment, and Shane was distracted. But instead of standing away from the shot, Shane went and played the shot with this feeling, I'm distracted in my head while he's swinging, and thereby you get this, sharp left into course bushes. And the most important thing about what happened there was that he made double bogey, and he actually said, I didn't really mind that much when I kind of processed it, that double bogey wasn't the worst thing that could have happened. And it's how he played from there on, 2 birdies in the last 8 holes, and he played 12 back into the wind extremely well. That kind of got back up on the horse, so to speak.
Okey-dokey. Yes, it certainly did. So I'm just being given different instructions about going different places. I think we are now going to Marcus, who's watching Daniel Brown.
That's absolutely right, Sue. Yeah, I'm with Ilse at the back of the 18th green. We've seen a monstrous drive from a man who has struggled all day today, but don't get Denwick David Boris Unsup angry, because he'll hit the ball 400 and something yards. And the third member of this group, the amateur, as the wind really starts to gust here, Matthew Dogberry has made a really nice second shot, almost pin high. As far as Dan is concerned, well, he's hit his drive 386 yards through the air, so he's left with 77 to the pin, right in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, that's a good bit of experience there from Dan. There's that gust in there. He just pulled away from the shot, talking to his caddy Ben, his brother, just to say, "Ooh, I'll just let that gust go by before I try the shot from 77 yards."
In fact, he's just stood away from the ball again, and Ilse's absolutely right, because he's not experienced. Of course, he's not. He may be 29 years of age, but this is the biggest round of his life, less than 24 hours after what was the biggest round of his life, and he's looked so assured, so in control of everything. But of course, a very disappointing bogey on the 17th, so he's looking to make it.
Should have done on the second and third bouncer, so he's just gone on a little way, but still an outside chance for a birdie, 3 on the home hole.
And we're just going to see now if our friend David Unsup, the 20-year-old from Thailand who won 3 straight tournaments last year, but who obviously has found himself in a degree of discomfort over the past couple of days, and that's why he's, well, when I last looked at the leaderboard, was second from bottom. It's all been a bit difficult for him. It was a really good drive though, and this chip is rolling down towards the pin. Got to get in the hole, finish in the hole. Oh my goodness me, it just went by. Well, that would have been some consolation, and he managed to finish with a 2 here after all the trials and tribulations he's experienced.
Yes, it would have been. What a great effort from the lad who's kept going, but I would have personally liked him to have sort of played a little quicker to give a bit more respect to Dan, who's obviously competing at the top end of the leaderboard for the Open Championship. But anyway, it was a lovely shot, and now Daniel's got onto the green, tossed the ball to the caddy. You clean that while I go and have a look at the hole. Say 21 feet or so from the back of the green, putting down toward the front of the green. There will be some left to right break in this putt. I hope he just takes a breath and just appreciates what he's done. Have a look around, take it all in.
Yeah, finish things off in style here. He will move to within 1 of Shane Lowry. I know Taylor and the guys in the studio a few moments ago quite rightly suggesting that most people said after last night's round, well, it's a good effort from Dan Brown, but he'll drift away. Not a bit of it. It's a decent sized audience as well in the stands on either side of the 18th green. And the youngsters have learned his name quickly, a big series of coloured vans as he walked onto the green. And imagine these TV crews that have appeared from nowhere in the past 10 or 15 minutes see this would be a fitting finale as well. The camera operator's caps comes flying off and lands at our feet. So about 20 yards or so, it's left to right, 20 feet. Left to right, it's on its way. It's angling around, he doesn't like it, I don't think. And no, the oohs and the ahs from the crowd. It's going to be a par, but that is no disgrace. And at the halfway stage in the 152nd Open, Dan Brown is going to find himself just a couple of shots behind the leading Shane Lowry.
Yeah, he just marked the ball there, just let the playing partners finish off, and then he can claim the crowd that has followed them round. It's grown as we've walked on this back nine, hasn't it, to follow the good golf that Dan Brown has played.
I think they've been following the holes in rather tight time. In so many ways, right? Matthew Dogberry, let this be your last shot of the round. It isn't. Good putt. Doesn't disappear, he will disappear. He's not going to be here for the weekend. 12 amateurs in the field, the most since 1980. Played today behind Campbell Scott, and after a practice start, the challenge on this breezy afternoon proved too much. He gets a big hug from his caddy. He'll have learnt a lot. He's got plenty of years on his side now. Denver has also got plenty of years on his side. Take advantage of that fantastic drive and that excellent approach. Left royal true with a font memory, dressed all in blue, white cap, white trousers, white collar, hopefully on the back of his trousers. And the white ball disappears into the hole. A grueling afternoon ends with a birdie on 18. As he walks away, so Dan walks forward, squats down again, as is his wont, looks to tidy up. Himself in position for what could be a fantastically exciting weekend. Sun comes out, ball goes in. It's a par 4 on the 18th for Dan Brown. And bearing in mind the conditions, he can be extremely proud of his efforts, and he can look at that leaderboard with a degree of hope and expectation. Who knows what the weekend has in store for this 29-year-old Englishman. Back to you, Sue.
Marcus, thank you very much indeed. That's remarkable. The bounce back today as well after what he achieved yesterday. Many did think he would fall away. He has not at all. He is a couple of shots behind Shane Lowry, our leader, in round 2 at the Royal True Open. You're listening to At the Open Radio, and it is just after 4:15. On the weather, the Open Shop has you covered from our iconic yellow golf umbrellas to warm weather tees. Shop the 152nd Open merchandise exclusively at shop.rma.org. Up front tonight, the breaking news.
Get closer to what's happening right now with the Sirius XM news channels.
Taking a closer look at the numbers from 7 important battleground states.
From cable news to business
And so the markets need to be prepared for that and the volatility.
and international.
Tensions are running high as Russian and American troops share the same.
The Sirius XM news channels, starting at channel 112 and on the Sirius XM app. If you want jazz music, go to New Orleans. Bagels, New York. And for psychics, think California Psychics. You want the best, you go to the best. At California Psychics, home of free spirits and open minds, and we know better than anyone what makes a good psychic. That's why we guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
From pinpointing the perfect set of golf clubs to elevate your game, to zeroing in on which job candidate fits your company best, professional recommendations can put you at ease when it comes to important choices. That's why Cincinnati Insurance is proud to say that for nearly 75 years, professional independent agents haven't just been recommending us to their clients. Many were trusting us for their own coverage too. The Cincinnati Insurance Companies. Everything insurance should be.
Myrtle Beach is the golf capital of the world, and now giving that proud title a deeper meaning. With the PGA Tour on board, we now represent the height and heart of competition at every level. For buddies trips, Myrtle Beach Golf creates priceless memories by the thousands each year, and in Myrtle Beach, kids play free, bringing new generations to the
game like never before. Myrtle Beach is golf in every way. Visit playgolfmyrtlebeach.com and learn how you can be a part of it.
At Oppenheimer, we focus the power of our thinking on you, creating customized plans to help achieve your goals. The power of Oppenheimer thinking is boundless and original, listening more closely and investing with the confidence of over a century of expertise, creating new opportunities that rely on innovation, preserving capital and come from deep insights. Put the power of Oppenheimer thinking into your investing.
24 miles.
Call an Oppenheimer professional.
24 miles.
There's no more sought-after title than Champion Golfer of the Year. That's why players work hard to have their game speaking for the Open Championship at Royal Troon, and why the vast majority will trust the title as Pro V1 or Pro V1X. They know they deliver the superior performance, consistency, and unrivaled control it takes to hoist the claret jug. Titleist, the #1 ball at the Open Championship since records have been kept, and the #1 ball in golf.
KeyBank's dedicated to helping businesses in an ever-changing digital world. The tech industry is changing fast. That's why KeyBank offers a wide range of industry-leading services designed to meet a business's evolving needs. And with their dedicated teams of experts, they're ready to guide clients through the latest tech trends and uncover opportunities that can move their business ahead. For more information on how KeyBank's experts are true advisors for business solutions, visit key.com/techtrends.
California Closets just custom designed Molly's media room. Now it's the perfect space for binge watching. Tons of shelves for books, plenty of seating for game night, drawers to hide remotes and dog toys. So it's not really a media room. It's more like a media, TV, reading, living, game room. California Closets. We did it for Molly, and we can do it for you because we know you differently. Schedule your free design consultation now at 800-CAL-CLOSETS or CaliforniaClosets.com.
Whether you're at home or in the car, your home for everything going on in the world of golf is on Channel 92 and on the SiriusXM app.
While you are listening to our coverage of the Open on day 2, it is turning into a nightmare day for the likes of Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas and Bob McIntyre as well, who is having an absolute shocker as well. How's it going for you this afternoon, Dave?
It's very windy, Sue. Very windy out here on 6, of course, making conditions nightmarishly difficult. Tommy Fleetwood's going to drop another shot here and move to at least 6 over par. Bob McIntyre's just missed a birdie putt. I think he'll remain 8 over for the day, 9 over for the championship. But John Rahm has a birdie putt here after an excellent approach from around about 12 feet for his birdie here, John Rahm, to move back to 2 over par for this Open Championship and remain interested. Spreads the stance, usual routine from Rahm. Rolls the putt forward now, looks intently after it. He thought it had a chance just for a moment, but Rahm still fighting, still battling.
Yeah, no, he is. It's just showing how tough the conditions are out here. I mean, he only had, what was it, 78 yards in here for his third shot, and it must have looked like he sort of chipped a pitching wedge or something in there. No spin, a very clever little shot. He's definitely still in this game. Fleetwood does tap in for an unfortunate bogey here in the 6th, and he'll be, on 6 over, which I believe could well be the cut mark, especially if the wind continues to blow as it is.
It's continuing to blow, all right, Sue. We're heading down to 7 and then to the postage stamp. But for now, back to you in a windless studio.
Yes, a windless studio and a little deflated studio as well as we watch Rory McIlroy miss the short putt and go to the US Open there. Maybe a little bit longer for the short putts he missed there, but he's had to settle for a triple bogey 8 on the 4th, Greg, and that's an 11 over par.
Look, putting in the wind is hard. We've got Brendan DeYoung here who knows very well what it's like, on links greens, putting in the wind. You just second guess your read, and that seems to be what happened there. When you're frazzled and you're putting for a 7, and it doesn't help either.
Yeah, it's such a test in patience and concentration, and you can see there's a little lapse of concentration there from Rory. He's struggling. He's essentially out of it, and it's very easy to let your guard down a touch.
Brendan, you must know that feeling at some point in your career. You'll have had holes just like that where the wheels start to come off.
All too often.
I'm sure that isn't the case, but what goes...
You're your routine, everything just goes a little bit quicker. And the important thing is sort of to just take a step back and maybe take a couple deep breaths. Maybe your caddy even pulls you off it a little bit, just gets you to slow everything down a little bit. But you know, if you're in Rory's situation, it's very, very difficult to stay in it right now.
What I love, by the way, Sue, is this test of real artistry in golf and controlling the ball. And I'm not saying that the technology of golf is negated by these conditions, but it's so refreshing to see golf played like this and not, you know, hit, stop and spin it back golf in the PGA Tour. And we're seeing real artistry out there by the players who are playing well, and that's been shown by those who are really struggling. And great players are struggling.
Victor Hovland with a par putt on the 5th. So that's about 15 feet, maybe right to left movement. Didn't get the baseline, so it hasn't fallen in the cup. So he's going to drop a shot as well. I think that moves him back to 6 over par. It's a leveler, Greg, these conditions, isn't it? That's why I don't know. One of our guests this week used a great phrase about Scotty Scheffler not making friends with links golf. Well, he's starting to make friends with the links, that is for sure. But a lot of the players look absolutely bewildered and a little bit perplexed by the conditions when they're like this.
I think it's very notable that Scotty Scheffler has found a way, because he is really one of the great stop and spin it back to exactly the right distance. He's a real target golf maestro because of his accuracy, of his iron play, and the way that he keeps the ball in play, and he is highly efficient with his scoring. He's managed to adapt to these very hard set of conditions and be the one player from the elite of golf right up there on the leaderboard. And I think that's very impressive, and an illustration that he's a true world number one.
Yes, and he's rolled up his sleeves and gritted his teeth and just got on with it, hasn't he? As we see Bob McIntyre. I think we may have picked up a little bit of bad language there from Bob McIntyre. Sorry about that. But yeah, he's a little frustrated. I think his drive there actually did find the fairway, didn't it?
I think it just skirted that bunker and got you. I just want to go back to something that Greg said. Like, what a breath of fresh air. Not once this week have we heard about players overpowering the golf course. It's lovely to see this leveler that we're dealing with this week.
Remy, would you like to be out there in these conditions today?
Oh, I would love that because everybody else hates it.
Can I say something about Remy?
Embrace that.
Remy was playing. Paul McGinley, I think, said about Remy. I don't know if I said that before, but Remy was the only person that Paul McGinley knew who wanted to get up out on the practice ground and hit one irons over bare line before breakfast.
Yeah, that sounds like our Remy, to be fair. There are so few players now in the red, this Open Championship. Actually, I can count them for you. How about that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 players under par, and that's it. Wouldn't have picked that, would we? When we looked at the weather forecast.
No, I mean, I'm sure you've heard of Chris O'Connor Sr., you know, and I played a bit of golf with him when I was much younger, and he used to say to me, in the wind, he can have a tough day, and he played a lot of links, try to count to 10. And I think today, Rory and a lot of these guys can't count to 10. They're fast, and Brandon was saying, they're not used to this fast pace, and their mind's going fast, and that's why they're having a difficult time to get around this Royal Trip.
And I love the fact that this is not a tricked up golf course. This is golf as how it used to be played, how it is played in this part of the world on so many courses, and it is a proper test of golf. It's just not a traditional PGA Tour challenge, obviously, by a long way. And it's an intriguing looking leaderboard. Maybe not as many stars up there as some spectators would have liked, but it is a different challenge.
Well, Justin Rose is pumping the brakes frantically in terms of staying under par for his round today, and for the championship 1 under today, 3 under.